Alright, so during the conference in Bad Soden, I've been thinking a lot about how, in a way, the whole conference was a tomato sauce conference. And I don't mean this disrespectful, but it's a metaphor I kind of stumbled upon and think explains a bit of what I think is a danger in these conferences, but also addresses something that's important to keep hold of. And I call it a tomato sauce conference because we're all interested in tomato sauce. Solution-focused therapy, coaching, all this. This is tomato sauce, and we really like it. It's a great recipe, it's really good, and Stephen Insu came up with this, and it's just tasty. And then we have all these workshops talking about how to make tomato sauce. And we all kind of know how we do it, and of course there's changes in recipes, and people talk about these changes and say, I chop the onion, or no, I slice the onion, I fry it first, I put it in the oven, I put it in very early, very late, or I just toss all the ingredients in and just stir for long or for short, and we have all these ideas, and in the end, it's tomato sauce. So I thought, very often when we talk about other approaches, very quickly people get the idea of maybe we should mix these. And I'm not sure that's always a good idea. Like, we can talk about sushi or cereals, which is great food, but it's not a very good idea to mix with tomato sauce. We shouldn't do this. And we should be very aware of being respectful about tomato sauce and keeping it alive. It's great, it shouldn't be lost. And we shouldn't put sushi in it, or cereals, or anything else. But there's some things we might put in it, like olives and, I don't know, meatballs for people who are so inclined. And for me this metaphor has both, listen, maybe we shouldn't be so strict as to just only tomato sauce is the best food. And there's other people, even though we don't need to combine these dishes, we might be able to gain something from talking about it, what they do. For example, the pesto people might be very interesting, or bruschetta people, risotto, all these. It's a simple dish, but not easy to get really right, and they might be interested in the same things. So I feel we really need to stay true to tomato sauce, because it's a great recipe, but we also need to open up. And for me, during the conference, the Galveston Declaration that Mark McCurgo spoke about was the most influential idea about how can we do this? How can we have a conversation about other dishes that are really great without losing what makes us great? And I'm not saying all these workshops on how to do a different approach, how to apply tomato sauce to a different kind of pasta, how to cater to different people, all this is important. But we need to be very careful that we don't lose ourselves in these constraints of talking about tomato sauce. So for me, going forward after this conference, I think I would like to be informed about other dishes while still enjoying tomato sauce, but also maybe sitting around a table with people who do other kinds of dishes and having a menu together and just learning from how the hell do you make that risotto? It's really good. Can you tell me more about how you do it? Can I maybe take something from the risotto makers to making tomato sauce, if you get my meaning? Yeah, for me it was a very helpful metaphor, and maybe it's helpful to you. If so, leave a comment. If you object, please leave a comment. Thank you very much.